Diane in Denmark here, and rah, 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 we made it to the end of another week. It is Friday today, and I've got two things for you today. The first one is, let me just put my pom-poms over there. The first thing today is going to be the Flylady's mission for cruising through Christmas and the holidays. And the second thing today is going to be the list of clutter-free gift ideas. Remember, I mentioned the other day that I love to give clutter-free gifts because we've all got everything that we need and we've all got too much, and you know me, I love to declutter and recycle. So I'm going to be giving you a list of those. Anyway, I hope you are feeling in the pink today. I'm definitely in the pink. I've got the pink candles going, and I've even got my Christmas earrings on. Now these are new earrings that I bought this year. I know, don't fall off your chairs. I hardly ever buy anything. Most of it is clothes swap stuff, like including this jumper that, anyway. And I'm wearing my wee Christmas tree bauble ornaments because I'm making this video, but I'll probably change them before I leave the house to do appointments today. Anyway, let's get on with the mission and then on with the list of ideas. First of all, the mission for today is number 25, and we've been following the daily focus. And just to let you know, we will be doing super cruising missions in December. So don't worry if you think, oh, I've missed all the other missions. Don't worry about it. Just, start where you are today. And we just put one foot in front of the other. Let's just keep moving forward. And today you're going to, do that scary thing of looking at your budget. Take your control journal, have a look at what you've been buying, check your checkbook or your bank statements, and make sure and see where that money is going, okay? Because I know when we don't have a plan of what we want to buy, our sunt fornuft, as they call it in Danish, our common sense kind of flies out the window. So just stick to your list. Don't go buying things that aren't on your list. So anyway, let's get into the exciting part, which is the clutter-free gift ideas. And I asked you to let me know if you have things that you want, you like receiving or giving as clutter-free gifts. And you've all chimed in, so I've got a whole great list to share with you. So I'm just going to start with things like gift vouchers and subscriptions. Especially if you have something like teenagers or kids who are off at college, something like a subscription to Netflix, Spotify, Headspace, something like that, some kind of app. I remember in the old days, when I was just a child, I used to love getting book tokens. Do you remember the old book tokens? Anyway, anything like that. Also, money is really good because I read also that something like 30% of gift vouchers are never actually cashed in. So if you'd prefer to give money, there are plenty of ideas on Pinterest of how to do fancy folding or make it a fun gift of money. But remember, if you go into Pinterest and start looking for ideas like that, set your timer before you go on there. Something that I gifted to myself was a subscription to Dressing Your Truth, the Dressing Your Truth system. You could either go for the style guides, which is the little kit that I've showed you where you get the patterns and so that, because when you know your type, you know what to shop for, because that saves you spending money in the long run. Or access to the lifestyle group. That's another fantastic idea, either for yourself or for somebody else. And now, I'll give you a few ideas from people who have chimed in on Instagram and YouTube, and I hope I get the names right. So Anne in Australia, she's found that a really good teacher gift for somebody who's helping her child at the moment is a gift voucher to their favourite bakery cafe. That's a really nice gift. Gretchen says, what about subscription, or a gift voucher for a favourite nail salon? So the person can get a manicure, a pedicure, summer or winter. That's a great idea. Nancy, thanks to Nancy for all your ideas. Gift vouchers for a restaurant, the movies, a clothing store, and Nancy also says something like food gifts, jam, coffee, cookies. Who doesn't love getting those? And also those are great clutter-free ideas. Judy says and this was a great one, a cooking baking class for the whole family. They went to, I can't remember the name of the flour company, but it wasn't around Christmas. I think they did it in January, but it was a good way to get the family all together, and they had a cooking class. So that's an interesting experience. And the other thing that Judy mentioned was for a son they'd been travelling in Italy, and when they came back she put together a little menu card and he could choose what he wanted her to make of his favourite food from Italy. So that's a very inventive thing. Hakuna Matata, this you regularly comment here on YouTube. An experience is always good. Something like the cinema, dinner or lunch with a friend. Vibeke has often done that for myself and for Helena, where she has taken us out for brunch in January. That's a great idea. So experience cinema, a musical ticket, something like that. Right, on to the next page. And remember, you don't need to, please don't get perfectionist about this list. Don't go writing down all these ideas. Just if there's something that, you know, clicks in your head, you know, write that down. But don't go making a long list of these things. Don't be perfectionist. Okay, Ivana, a gift voucher for aromatherapy or massage, a concert voucher, a magazine subscription. I used to do that a lot for my mum. A gift voucher for their favourite store or shop, and again, food gifts. And then Lorna, hello to Lorna. They are getting their old family home movie films put onto DVDs or memory stick. You know, the old loop-the-loop films that you used to sit and watch and so that's a great way to reconnect with your ancestors. Dawn Gilmore, I think Dawn is on Instagram. Hello, Dawn. For her mother-in-law, this is something that they always give her mother-in-law, and she said it's not an exciting gift, but her mother-in-law really appreciates it and she would be disappointed if she got something else, is $100 for a supermarket club. And then for the mother-in-law's birthday, they give her the subscription to the AAA, you know, the automobile club. So those are great practical gifts. And something I was thinking about is maybe, you know, if you've got elderly parents or elderly parents-in-law, maybe you want to give them a voucher and say, you know, I will come and do a weekly home blessing hour in your house, you know, something practical that they will appreciate. Right, on to the next one, and the next things, the next list of clutter-free gifts, these are things, you know, things and token gifts, small things. So things that I do regularly are things like a Christmas tree decoration. I normally buy an unusual thing here that people can't get in Britain for my brother and for his fiancée. What about a tea towel, you know, a Christmas tea towel? Mum usually buys me a Christmas tea towel. And then we can go on to things like, you know, perhaps if you've got a young driver in your house who maybe has a car, what about an emergency kit, you know, a first aid kit for the car, or a yellow triangle, you know, all those emergency things that they're not wanting to buy out of their own money, but something that they need. An umbrella, people always need, especially here, people always need umbrellas. And also think about, if you're very green and into recycling, my friend Helena, you know, the one that I winter bathe with, my friend Helena, when they, on Christmas Day, not the 24th, but on the 25th, or on the first Christmas Day, on Boxing Day, they have a tradition in the house where they play a game which is called Pakelai. It's something that I've mentioned before. It's a traditional Danish thing. And what they do for that is they parcel up something that they've maybe received during the year, you know, an unwanted gift or something that they've found at a charity shop, and they pack that up, and so they've not bought anything new. It's all these items are being reused, and I think that's a fantastic idea. So you can kind of re-gift things in that way. Okay, on to Rebecca. Thanks for your ideas, Rebecca. She crochets washcloths, and she also crochets round makeup remover pads. You know, I normally buy those little cotton pads. She actually crochets them, and that is a great idea. And let me just grab something here because I love getting gifts like that. And here is one of the ones that Vibeke crocheted for me last year. Sorry, knitted. She didn't crochet. She knits them. Yeah, got to get that right. I'm not a crocheter or a knitter. The other one is in the wash, but she knits those for people. If you saw us on the video on the train to Malmö, she was knitting dishcloths. Right, on to the next page. How about a little kit for somebody of a mixing bowl, a wooden spoon, and maybe type up and print out your best recipe for making a cake or making some bread rolls. That's a great idea. Okay, Kigit in Japan, she said her favourite clutter-free gift is fancy tea. Yeah, we all love tea. Fly Baby Izzy on Instagram, hello to you. You do a lot of homemade gifts and all sound fantastic. Lemon balm tea, you grow lots of different stuff, so you've been making lemon balm tea, herbs, you make your own sea spray skin toner, love the sound of that. A hydroponic kit with seeds and nutrients, and cookies, fudge, money. So those are all great ideas, especially if you're a gardener. Caroline, who is on Instagram, she mentioned things like socks, slippers, fluffy socks, tea, special coffee, jam, reed diffuser instead of candles, any kind of lotion, special popcorn, and then she also gave a quick recipe for homemade cinnamon nuts. You whisk up the egg white, some cinnamon and nuts, she said pecans or pecan as you say in the States, or walnuts are really good. Mix it together, bake it on low for about 45 to 50 minutes, and she doesn't use sugar in her recipes, but I suppose you could add sugar if you wanted to sweeten it up. And she also makes up handmade hand and body cream. She said there's plenty of good recipes out there on Google, especially the ones with vitamin E, she likes those, and then she personalises the container, so that's a nice gift, maybe for granny or a best friend. Okay, Tatum, Virginia, hello to you. You've got a really great idea, and it's not a thing at all. She said that she agrees with her friend not to exchange anything. It takes off all the pressure because, the best thing about being with your friend is just the time that you spend together. It doesn't have to be, a physical gift. So I love that one. Right, and then almost at the end now, Tea Lover JB. I think, if I remember rightly, you're on Instagram. The things that she likes to receive in the way of clutter-free gifts are candles. We love the candles. Boxed tea, hand and body cream, tea towels. We all love our tea towels. Warm socks, and my favourite thing too, chocolate. I can never get enough chocolate. My mum always buys me a box of chocolates for my Christmas, and you'll know if you've watched my videos before, especially when I'm doing some work in Flylady Zone 4, which is the bedroom, you'll see that I have a secret stash of chocolates in the roll-away bedside table. Well, everybody knows where it is now. Okay, and the things that Tea Lover JB likes to give are homemade treats. She makes jam, coffee, tea, or gift cards. So there we go. Okay, and the last one, I think, Susie Sana. Hello, Susie. She likes to give tickets to the theatre, cinema, a show. That's a great one. And we used to do that a lot for cinema tickets. We would give cinema tickets as a teacher gift and add in, a bag of popcorn to make it look like a more exciting present. We'd collect money from all the parents in the class, and then we'd buy the teacher a gift like that, or for a bookstore so they could buy supplies. Okay, another one from Susie Sana, before I forget. Handmade dishcloths. Gosh, there's a lot of you doing handmade dishcloths. Or socks and handmade hats. Handmade bath bombs. Yeah, those were really popular last year, I remember. Biscuits. And also she makes up a homemade spice mix, which you can add to hot apple juice or cider, a bit like the glögg that we do here in Sweden and Denmark. So great ideas there. And there was one other thing I thought, what was that? Oh yeah, if you are into knitting and crochet, you'll remember the little hats that I had received once. for Ferrero Rocher, and they look like little Christmas puddings. And I think Julie actually found a pattern for those on the internet, and those were one of my favourite gifts. It was my neighbour in Scotland, Jean. She's a fantastic knitter, crochet, all those things. And it was one of the best gifts that I've ever got, is these little Ferrero Rocher hats, and it looks like you've got little Christmas puddings. Anyway, you will see those coming as I take photos, you know, of my shiny sink on Instagram. You'll see Christmas bear hanging out with the Flylady. So anyway, all those fun things to come. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet here. It is Friday. What do we do on Flylady Friday? Well, you fill up your car with petrol, you take any junk that's out of there and get it in the trash or the recycling. Maybe pump up your bike tyres if you bike like me. You tidy out your handbag, you know, take your handbag and your purse. Let's get all those receipts out of there. Perhaps you've been buying Christmas gifts this week, hopefully clutter-free. Get all those receipts out of there and into your office space or into your holiday control journal. And it's date night, and I've said to you before, hubby and I, we like to stay home because we're kind of home buddies, but buddies. And what I do like to do is I always put together a basket of the family's favourite snacks for us to enjoy in the evening. So you will see a picture of that on Instagram later today. Because generally speaking, Friday is the day that kids get sweets in Denmark, and it seems to be they do it on Saturday in Sweden. So a little tradition for you. Anyway, I hope this video gave you some ideas for clutter-free gift ideas. If you have any great ideas that I haven't mentioned here, pop them down below in the comments so that we can all benefit from them. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I probably won't be much on Instagram this weekend. I'm hoping to pull out the plug and recharge. You know, even Iron Man needs to recharge, even Tony Stark needs to recharge from time to time. And I got a whole host of goodies yesterday at the library, and look at this one. How cool is this for Christmas? So hold on, I'll just give you a wee look inside. It really looks fantastic. If you're into you know, cozy crimes and Christmas themed reading, I got this one yesterday, plus a whole bunch of books for winter decorating. And anyway, so I'm going to be having a lot of hygge this weekend with those. So anyway, Diane in Denmark saying, live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I shall see you bright and early on Monday morning. Okay, make sure you look after yourselves this weekend, please, okay? Yeah, and if necessary, set a timer and do it. Okay, bye for now.